And I am half past due of being tired of being broke and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. It is time for me to check myself, recognize the problem, and figure out a solution. Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. I am Tish, and I want to take this time to thank all of my subscribers, the ones who have been here from the beginning, as well as all of the new ones who are coming in. I thank you so much for being here, and you subscribing to my channel means more to me than I can ever express to you here. However, I do know that I need to work on showing up. I need to work on showing up for myself and for my channel. I started this, I need to see it through. I'm still struggling with coming on, turning on this camera, opening up my mouth, and talking about the things that I tend to talk about on this channel. I am just of the belief that we can't be released from things that we tend to keep in darkness or sweep under a rug or shy away from talking about because for whatever reason we don't want to talk about it because we're afraid of what someone may think of us, or I don't want someone thinking of me that way, or whatever the reason is. I just feel like I need to shine a light on my struggles so that I can grow. And that light is Jesus Christ. So that's what I do over here while I deep condition my hair, because this is another struggle that I have, is not taking care of my hair. It's just, for me, this bun is really handicapping me. It is keeping me from doing my hair on a regular basis because it's quick and it's easy. Especially when I have to get up and go to work. I can just jump in the shower, jump out the shower, put this headband on, do this out the door. Whatever gets me out the door in the least amount of time, sign me up for it, especially when pertaining to my hair. So, and then when I come home, I take this off, put that bonnet on, I'm good. So yeah, I really need to work on taking better care of my hair. I don't want my hair to fall out, so I got to do better. So I'm almost scared to take it down because, child, I don't. I'm almost scared to take it down because I don't know what's up under here. But we're about to find out as we get into the topic of today's video. This will be a voiceover because being in my bathroom, I hear an echo, and I don't like that. So I like to do these videos in voiceovers until further notice. Lately, I have been having a really heavy conviction about my finances. And I know talking about finances can be uncomfortable, but in my very humble opinion, if I am to allow God to come into my life and clean up every aspect and every part of me, then talking about finances in conjunction with His Word can only be beneficial to me. And I am half past due of being tired of being broke and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. It is time for me to check myself, recognize the problem, and figure out a solution. Because God did not create me to live in lack. He didn't create any of us to live in lack. Now, this is not to say that everything is just all bad. Because one thing I know for sure, I am blessed. I have just not been a good steward of the resources that He has entrusted to me. Some decisions that I've made concerning my money have not been good choices. And I know that in order to be the woman that God requires me to be, part of that is ensuring that I am a good stewardess of the resources that He has given me. When I look outside of myself, yes, the economy is bad. Yes, everything is expensive and steadily increasing. But a lot of my problem is me. I am my own worst enemy because I have squandered quite a bit of money. Before I look outside of myself, I like to look within and figure out what is it that I'm doing wrong. And I find that I need to get out of my own way. Because like I said, a lot of times I can be my own worst enemy. When I am faced with a decision to make about money and what to spend it on, what am I buying? In that moment, I need to stop and think and ask myself, do you really need this? Is this a need or is this a want? No, seriously, because I really just be out here just spending money all willy-nilly like I got it like that, and I do not. In that moment, I need to understand that good choices will reap you positive benefits, and bad choices will definitely bring negative consequences down the line. I need to ask myself, what spirit am I being led by? What is it that makes me spend my money so frivolously? Frivolous. How do you say that word? Frivolously. Because the enemy comes to steal, kill, and to destroy. He wants you to live in lack. He wants to take away my abundance, my peace, and all the promises that God made me. God said He would make me the lender and not the borrower, the head and not the tail. But He also has laws, principles, and statutes that we are to follow in order to inherit those promises. I am not of the belief that I can live my life freely in any type of way that I want and expect God to bless me in my mess. Not to say that He can't, because God does what He wants to do. But I definitely should not be expecting Him to bless me when I know I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do with the resources that He has entrusted to me. I've done that for so long, and it's gotten me right where I am. Yes, He's kept and carried me in my ignorance, but I definitely have not experienced the full promises of God. Another part of me getting in my own way is living at or beyond my means. A big part of my financial responsibility is my living expenses and my transportation expenses, being my rent payment and my car note payment. And let's not forget about the insurance payment that comes along with that big fancy car note payment. Currently, I live in a 3-bedroom apartment that 95% of the time only 2 people occupy. And for me, it's like beating a dead horse to sit up and complain about rent going up every year rather than finding something more affordable and within my means, or downsizing. Because one thing rent is gonna do is gonna increase every year. Rent is gonna rent. Rent is gonna do what it's supposed to do. Rent is gonna do what it's gonna do, and that's increase. It's up to me to figure out what I'm gonna do, rather than sit up and complain about something that's gonna continue to do the same thing every year. That's what rent does. As far as my car is concerned, I've had my experience with driving a nice fancy car. It ain't all it's cracked up to be, and I know better for next time. I am tired. I am tired of my money going out from me. If my money is to go out from me, I want to receive positive energy for it going out. It needs to go out for something that gives me fulfillment and makes me feel good about giving it out, not going towards bills and liabilities. I am tired. I am learning that just because I can pay for something does not mean I can afford it. Whether it be a car, or if I should happen to buy a house in the future, whatever that thing is, I need to understand that if it's going to cause me to be behind on other things, or that my finances are so tight that I can't do anything else, running my checking account in the negative, tearing up my 401k, getting loans from this place and that place and the other place, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I don't want to live like that. That is not the life that God has planned for me. That is not the life that I want for myself, nor my children, my future grandchildren, or any family to come. That ain't it. That only tells me that I am out of alignment somewhere, and I need to get to the root of where the problem lies. I don't want to be surrounded by fancy things and not have peace because I'm struggling financially. Instant gratification and relying on tangible things to make me happy, constantly looking for the next thing that I can buy that I feel is going to give me a temporary feeling of happiness, that dopamine hit. Rather it be constantly ordering off Amazon. Boy, it feels good to come home and see an Amazon package at the door. Oof. Or what I used to like to do and overconsume hair products, cleaning products, or when I'm scrolling on social media and I see something that catches my eye, and there I go. Ooh, I gotta have that. I need to try that. Sis, you giving away your resources. You giving your resources to the other person who's looking to get resources. Help me, Lord. I need to stop and ask myself, is that a good use of my resource that I'm going to need later on down the line? Or that I should be saving or investing or giving it to somebody less fortunate than me? Now, I'm not saying I can't buy anything that I want, but in the case like mine, I've been working since I was 14 years old, and I feel like I don't have anything to show for that. I have squandered enough money, and I've got to get my head in the game. I am long past due. Not being taught money management is something that I feel could be a generational curse. I know in our household, when we were coming up, my parents didn't talk to us about money. And I'm not blaming them. This is just, it is what it is. And I would be confident enough to say that their parents didn't talk to them about money. I'm sure the attitude was kind of along the lines of, when it comes to the money, that's not for the children to be a part of. Financial matters don't involve the kids. I do believe that money management should be a curriculum that is taught in school, kindergarten through 12th grade. Start off basic and advance it as they go along. Yes, it should be taught at home, absolutely. But it should also be taught in school. Like, why make the kids suffer for a lack of knowledge that the parents may not have? Some kids, that's not to say that all kids are not taught money management at home. But I would be willing to say, for the most part, most kids are not taught money management at home. And it could be because of a lack of knowledge that the parent has, which would be a good idea for it to be taught in school. But as for me, I'm not gonna use not being taught at home as an excuse, because at my big age, I've had plenty of time to learn on my own. It's like, what have I been doing? Squandering money. It's time to take accountability for my own money management learning skills. Take the time to read a book or listen to a program that is going to benefit me in a positive way. It's time for me to learn financial literacy. I just hate that I waited so long. I am ready to experience the abundance that God has for me and the promises that He made me. But in order for me to do that, I need to align myself with His Word. And when I go before Him, I need to show up approved. I need to show what I've done with the gifts, talents, and resources that He's already given me. I can't control what's happening on the outside, what's happening in the economy, what's happening in the world, but I can look to God and allow Him to fix what's wrong inside of me. I hope this blesses you and encourages you in some type of way. But this is just how I see and my experience with living paycheck to paycheck. And I know it's different for everybody. This is in no way to say this is the problem for everybody. This is my journey. Until next time.